Hello everyone, I'm going to be starting out today with the Leopard 1 here, if I can get into a battle. It's a little early for the NA server, so there's only about 4,400 people on. Nice to see some of you guys are here already. Hopefully everyone's having a good day so far. Right, so we got Cliff, lots of big guns here. This will be interesting. Today's stream going to be pretty much like yesterday's, where gonna take lots of tank requests, just kind of mix in a couple other grinds along the way, more or less. So feel free to, request away what you'd like me to play. Right, I did, I posted, it's in the video description, also posted in chat a few minutes ago. I have next week's streaming schedule kind of figured out, more or less. I'll let you know if it changes, but I work a ton because it's Thanksgiving week for me at the restaurant, so I'm only going to be able to guarantee streaming 3 days. I might be able to stream 1 or 2 more, but that's kind of up in the air right now. But I'll be streaming Sunday, Monday, nighttime, 8 to 11 at night, and Wednesday will be the morning stream, 8 to 11 in the morning. Outside of that, though, I might be able to stream a little bit come Tuesday, like midday, or Saturday a little bit more in the evening. But again, not really positive if I can do that. It more or less comes down to work. Not really sure where I want to go yet. I'm glad I didn't push the 2 lines, seeing that IS-7's there. Try to sneak a peek here. Don't want to take a shot, obviously, because that happens. Because there's no artillery. But, and yeah, I pushed a little bit too far out there, and he hit me on my turret. Part of the problem with smaller maps with the Leopard is, you absolutely have no armor whatsoever to work with. This is a pretty big challenge, because almost everything on their team has a pretty big gun on it. Hello everyone that, hopped in here early on. And nice to see you guys. Hoping today's gonna be a great stream. I'm just seeing that Kronwagen. Yeah, I'm not able to kind of peek in the center. They kind of have that locked down. Crap, I'm gonna get caught here. I'm just not really picking very good spots right now. Yeah, I like the Leopard. It's just a lack of turret armor definitely gets a little bit annoying when you're on smaller maps like this. But what can you do sometimes? Yeah, it is. It's a pretty busy week for us. Thanksgiving, I think at this point we ended up, it was a little bit slower than we were last year, which was our busiest Thanksgiving we've pretty much ever had. We're at about, I think for reservations, 400 people. So it's a lot of turkey. And I would say probably 320-ish of those are, we do things family style. So like whole turkeys carved and everything served, in platters. It's a lot to do. Hardest part's though the prep of it all. Very nice. For some reason I thought the grill was gonna get me, and Yeah. He wasn't spotted until the last second when he kind of inched over. I was trying to get back to here, but I could have done it a little bit sooner, but we weren't spotting him, so I'm like, maybe he's not gonna pop over on me. Oh well. I was wrong there. Which I see your ultimate challenge, Randall. I'll get to that. I'm gonna do one more match before starting off with requests here. Why don't I'll play something a little bit different. I'll play a premium tank. Sometimes I was grilled. Huh. It's a little early to play tanks, but so you can kind of show up, but if you don't have a reservation Thanksgiving, more or less you're probably not going to get a table unless you're like 1 or 2 people and you want to eat at the bar. That's how busy we are. Since everything, you know, is family style, lots of big tables. Like we have a few groups that are like 30-ish people that we feed. You know, there's not really many open seats. They eat plumbers. Hello, CJ. And Average. Nice to see you guys. But yeah, regardless, you know, next week it's gonna be a little bit busy for me. So I pretty much know those 3 days I should be able to stream. The only slight chance is Wednesday. I don't think I will work Wednesday, but that Wednesday I guess might turn into a Tuesday morning one. But I should have off Wednesday since typically we get everything prep-wise done for Thanksgiving by a Tuesday and don't need to come in on Wednesday. But yeah, at the very least, gonna have 3 streams next week. The following week, I'll be back up to 4, more or less. It might be a slightly different schedule then too, but just because I know as far as what I've been doing with Thursday morning streams, I will be working next Thursday in the morning. Ooh, he's using APCR. Alright, yeah. Was not really expecting this T-25 to be shooting, which this Skoda T-25 most likely is going to get me. Yep. Was not expecting that T-25 to be chucking APCR off the get-go. So that's my bad there, but unfortunately that's something you need to account for nowadays in the World of Tanks. I was like, I can bounce him pretty easily, because if he was shooting a standard AP, the only spot he could really pen me in the front is my lower plate, so I would just push straight into him. He couldn't pen me. I could deal with the Yag Panther too. But yeah, that kind of changed when he started chucking APCR shells. Hello, nice guy. Yes, this is colorblind. So I'm gonna do an ultimate challenge here now. Let's see. I get to pick the tank. I think I'm gonna go with the IS-7. I've got to get to 3 times the HP total here for the IS-7. I've got to get to 7,200 between damage, assist, and blocked. I know you're joking, but yeah, it's usually pretty hard. Like even a couple people, like their families working for us, wanting to come in, they like barely got the last few like openings. But you can sit in the kitchen. Not that there's much room in the kitchen. We have We bring in a lot of like portable hot boxes that we usually have in storage. You know, they're just stuffed full with pretty much turkeys all day. But I probably should have played that safer. Which this is this is actually going to be pretty hard for me to get this challenge done in this specific matchup here. I like the IS-7 because it's very solid. You know, the weakest part of it I would say is its gun. I usually can work around that though. However, this is going to be difficult just because of the amount of tank destroyers they have. Tier 10 TDs, not that they completely negate the IS-7's armor, but you go from having, I would say, above average armor to standard rounds on tier 10 TDs can penetrate you on the front pretty well. If they use gold, then pretty much your best bet is to block them with your side space armor and hope for the best, but they can pretty much punch through even your upper plate. Yes, Sergeant. If anyone does want a platoon, I usually, you know, open up for the first half of the stream as far as platooning goes on Wednesday and Thursday here. Which, kind of interesting news, but they are buffing the Tortoise armor pretty significantly, the tier 9 one, come the next patch. It's kind of, don't know why exactly they're doing that, but it's gonna go from being somewhat frail, like they're even buffing the loader cupola on top, its main weak spot. They're pretty much, they're going a little bit overboard with the armor buffs for it, but you know, for those that like the tier 9 Tortoise, I love it. It's gonna be a good thing, which this is shaping out to be a little bit scary for us here. We have not encountered anything, and we have a big clump of slow tanks back here that are going to get funneled into the center, and that's not the safest spot for them. You kind of guesstimate. Typically, you know, you go a little bit longer than what you think they would do, but yeah, it's, you kind of have to guess when it comes to stuff like that. I don't have to worry about it. My aunt and brother worry about that specific problem with Thanksgiving Day. Alright, I've actually got a, you know, go figure. The entire team sat in one frickin' blob, and I'm trying to get a challenge done here. So I'm pretty sure you're gonna win this, Randall. Just kind of by default. Because at this point, I need them to start shooting me. Like I'm playing this a little bit differently than I would if I didn't have a challenge now, just because there's no way for me to get this unless I get up closer here. Yep, and hopefully I don't die, but it's getting kind of likely that I will here. We didn't have many people popping in the spot here. I decided, hell, I'll do it. Not doing anything too odd here. It's just I would have played this a little bit slower. Are you kidding me, dude? How am I not able to see you? Nah, I don't think I'm gonna get this. This E3 gets me. But how am I not able to see that bat chat? Oh well, I'm dead. Congratulations, Randall, on winning the challenge here. Let me dole out that first. Just, that was strange. As far as literally the entire enemy team set up on that one flank. Like, typically you get some people, at least in the in the forest, but no, not even a one. But I probably should have. My thought of what I was gonna do. I came through here. I was gonna double back here and push from this way. Not that, you know, probably wouldn't have changed the outcome because, you know, they were pushing over pretty easily on the hill, taking shots at me, and they weren't getting hit in return. But for whatever reason, this bat chat was able to sit. I'm not sure how he was shooting me without being seen, to be honest, because even with the bushes there, the bat chat shouldn't have enough gun depression to actually shoot me without being spotted like that. But oh well, lesson learned. On to playing the bat chat now, though. Wrong way. Which happy birthday, Jack. Sergeant, yes. Typically, you know, it's easiest if you want a platoon, you know, just send me a message in game. That's the easiest for me, because I might miss messages like that in the chat here. Hello, Cyberax, nice to see you. Levi's kind of awake, yes and no. He's kind of, you know, he naps most of the stream, but he wakes up in between. Yep. We only got a couple weeks left here, so we go from being extremely busy to slow to busy and then closed. But if anybody, you know, we usually have plenty of time for requests for morning streams here. If anyone does want to feel free to keep requesting tanks as I kind of get through them here. Go. But yeah, the tier 9. Unfortunately, Fevin, no. I don't play on the EU server unless I absolutely have to to get like stuff for forum posting, but my ping's not good and I don't really have that many tanks over there. But yeah, as far as pretty much the line changes for the British TDs, they're buffing the damage per shot while keeping the DPM just about the same. For the 32 pounder guns, I believe. So that'll help them a bit, but they're buffing the armor across all the TDs except for the AT2, which say like the value right now on its armor is 100%. They're reducing the armor on the front and the sides, I would say, down to like 60%, 70% of what it is now. It's actually gonna just murder that tank, to be honest. Even if they buff the gun, which they haven't stated they're doing, they're just straight out nerfing. Sometimes it is. Honestly, I'm not really liking this map right now with the, again, there's so many freaking TDs on right now. It seems like, you know, with only like 4,000 or 5,000 people playing, it seems to kind of be the, I'm not actually going to push here, the theme of the day. Tier 10s, they're just, like half the teams are freaking tank destroyers so far. But I don't want to push up here with 2 TVPs potentially alone. I'll wait for this guy to get up a little bit ahead of me. Too many people talking. But you asked William the differences between this and the AMX-30B. Yeah, the Batchat, I don't necessarily play it very well, but AMX-30B actually has turret armor now. For the most part. Against 10s it can be a little difficult to bounce things. Not expect it. But, and unfortunately I lost half my HP right now. I'm playing like crap right now. I need to... After this I'll probably hop into something like a T110E3. But I'm taking so much shot, or so many shots that I shouldn't take. Great. There's a TVP up here. That's just awesome. I'm trying not to get myself out, but come on, E5. Unfortunately, though, you know, so far into this, it's every match I've been in has been kind of slated towards high alpha guns so far. There's not much arty, and everyone seems to be playing heavies and TDs right now, which, you know, it's just, it makes it hard because most of the maps in rotation for World of Tanks right now are pretty heavily slated towards tanks with higher alpha guns and a little bit of armor on them. Not to say that you can't do well in like a medium or a light, it's just usually it's the deck's kind of stacked against you a little bit. I'm just kind of biding my time right now, because, yeah. I don't think it's the missions right now as far as people picking different tanks. It's just sometimes it seems like, you know, if there's a really low population, it's one thing or another. But I guess today's kind of the flavor of the day are TDs. Don't think I'll spot it. Could be fine here. No. But I'm gonna have to catch up on the chat in this. Oh lord, I got stuck. Help! Why did I get stuck here? Come on, dude. Help me! He's just driving away. This is about the third or fourth time I've gotten stuck here before. And unfortunately, yeah, this... Don't think that they're actually going to help me. Well, this is unfortunate. Well, alright, I guess I can catch up on the chat now, because that guy's not going to help me. I'm having a... Sorry about that. An excellent morning so far. And by excellent, I mean pretty terrible. I don't have the AMX-30B, unfortunately, William. I only have up to the tier 9 one. So I can't do that tank request. Hello, Stefan. Nice to see you. Like if it's me, I would honestly like the AMX-30B more. I'm just kind of pissed off at myself that I got myself stuck. But a lot of people, you know, a lot of people would say that the bat chat line's better though. Hello Floyd, nice to see you. See you, Jack. Thanks for stopping by. Happy birthday again. It's all good, William. But I don't want to just quit the battle. I might as well, you know. It sucks because obviously that person, I would say the reason why they didn't come help, they probably have their chat turned off. A lot of people do that, and you know, whether or not you like the social element in matches of World of Tanks, it's important to have your chat on, because yeah, this is a really exciting match. But I'm gonna hop into something a little bit more. Yeah, I didn't exactly do too well, but at least I got a win. I'm gonna hop into something a little bit more. I'll play a Super Conqueror before I get to the 183. I wasn't really, you know, last night I wasn't playing very well. But I didn't do myself any favors. I was down to about like 4 minutes before the stream, kind of setting things up, you know, switching the schedule for the stream. I was walking Levi with about maybe like 20-30 minutes left to go for the stream. Typically I'm done like, you know, over an hour before that. So I was kind of rushing. And unfortunately he got caught by the 2 or 3 tanks they had just sitting there. But something to where the match and the game in general changes so much when there's no SPGs, to where it gets, you know, not that you can't play aggressive, but it gets really campy in a way if there's no SPGs involved. And to me it makes the game, it makes it a lot more frustrating in a way, just because you're usually penalized for actually playing aggressive, but not even just, you know, I play too aggressive sometimes, but you know, you're more or less just better off just camping. You know, some matches I'll do it if there's no Artie. Thank you, Sergeant. Yeah, luckily Levi, he's doing pretty well for his age. He was a lot better, honestly, than when before we kind of rescued him. Come on, matchmaking. They haven't, as far as the buff, they are buffing the AT-15. They haven't said anything about the AT-15A. I would assume that they will not touch the AT-15A, just because it's already a pretty darn good premium tank. But until they release the public test notes, which I do not think has happened yet. Check really quick. Nope, they have not. So unless they release the public test server today or tomorrow, it's going to be another week until that happens. But you just, you know, you don't know all the changes until Wargaming specifically says something. Two people center. Yeah, because right now, when you look at websites like Read a Status Report or the Daily Bounce, like a lot of their stuff, it's secondhand. Like Wargaming sends out little like press packets to them, but it's always just little tidbits here or there to get people kind of interested in the next patch. As far as like true leaks nowadays from Wargaming, it's, you know, it's pretty far in between actual leaks when it comes to like Wargaming, you know, putting something out there that they don't want you to know. It used to be like every other day, and that's part of the distrust people have with the company, is yeah, up till about maybe like 2 years ago, they were leaking things like left and right, whether it was through super testers or employees of the company. And the problem with that is their stuff was being leaked that was like in the pipeline for like, say, over a year away. And people would see like, oh, they're changing this or a new map for this or tanks, and then, you know, stuff would never come. And people start getting pissed off, like, what's taking them so long, and what, you know, so on and so forth. And you know, they kind of put a stop to that. Thanks for tipping Levi a biscuit. He will be very happy here. See if I can catch Amish Bob here, but bit of a low roll. I don't think I'm gonna get hit from the right. He trying? No, I was like, is he trying to still sit out there? That's not too good for him. But I would be surprised if they buff the AT-15, honestly. A little bit concerned because they do have a lot of TDs, and I don't think that they're all over on that flank. So they could be out here. Something, yep, something saw me. Something's a Leopard 1. Whoa, dude, you need to stop doing that. Don't know why you're saying that we're all idiots. They're saying that we're reported. Oh lord, you're going on my blacklist because you're a dick. Like, why are we reported? Because we drove on the side of the map that you're not on? You gotta love some people though. The Leopard 1's not doing much damage to me, it's just HE. But I say you can keep pinging us all you want, but if we push out here at this given time, we will die. I'm honestly waiting for somebody in the center to spot the M48. I have a rough guesstimate, but kind of off there a little bit. This is not my fault they decided to rush in against them. That hurt. Or wait, maybe it didn't. I was like, that was gonna sting a little bit, but somehow I got through that pretty much unscathed. You can keep pinging us all you want, dude. Honestly, you're going on my blacklist too, because you're an asshole. I don't know what it, you know, honestly, they're distracting me more than, you know, I might have moved at this point if they haven't been pinging me the entire time. Like, it's kind of frustrating because, you know, I don't think people realize that pinging people, yelling at them for not doing things just gets them to do worse than, you know, if you just keep your mouth shut. Like, you know, it's not even a problem with just this match. It happens a lot, and it's kind of depressing sometimes. Up here we go with another one. It's just, obviously the one person just didn't stop blabbering because everyone's kind of piling on. Like, I could see if we went to this flank and we didn't really have anybody over here, but we've had, what, 6-7 tanks in front of us? So what's there to complain about? Like, as far as the flanks go, we were evenly matched on this flank. Not too much else we could have done. It's just, it's frustrating because people I usually don't get upset about people, but teams like this where they just sit there and berate you, it kind of gets to me sometimes when, you know, it's just kind of keep your opinions to yourself unless they're, you know, truly justified. This E3 should kill me, but it's just they're digging themselves a deeper hole because you're honestly pissing the person off that you're kind of sitting there and pinging. But today seems to be match after match, something else keeps coming up. Honestly, the thing in World of Warships, Wargaming, most of the stuff in game, they, you know, they'll look at if you get like dozens and dozens of reports, but it's mainly a placebo, honestly. But it's just kind of frustrating that it was mainly the people across on the other flank. I can get why they're upset. They were outnumbered on that flank. Here you go, little dog. They were outnumbered on the flank. So why don't we blame those super conquerors that are across the map trying to, you know, if we weren't over there, we would have 2 mediums and 183 and a 183 on this side. Don't think they would have stood up very well. But did I play that perfectly? No. But neither did they. They were outnumbered over here and they decided to push in instead of hang back a little bit further, so. But anyway, moving along. I'm going to be hopping into a FE 183 after this, now that my blacklist has grown by 3 people. Who knows, we're going to be reported for going to the 1 line. You gotta love people, though. But, yeah, overall, you did a pretty good job, Sergeant. I didn't exactly get a ton of damage, but the people that were complaining about us... I'm just trying to look at the names. It's not like anyone stood out very much on our team. It's just, you know, that's one thing to where, you know, the chat is very important, but people sitting there pinging you from across the map, just one ping is fine. So so let's move on to this tank, and hopefully I get on a map that I don't have to fight on uneven terrain. What gets me is just I get a little bit ticked off when people, like, you guys know I usually don't get upset about the game. I just get ticked off when people go out of their way to kind of, you know, you're playing differently than they want you to, so they're trying to, you know, in the match, to complete strangers yell at you to get you to do something else. It's not going to go over very well, not even in a game, but in life in general. So there's no, you know, there's no real point in trying to do it, because, you know, it's just one of those things to where it's an uphill battle and you're actually hurting yourself. Yes, Grigsby. Typically, like, as far as equipment goes for tanks, vertical stabilizer, rammer, optics, you can switch optics out for vents if you'd like on some tanks, or like a super heavy spall liner, stuff like that for certain heavies, but typically you want to buff your V range and your gun as much as possible. Honestly, in World of Tanks, kind of like I said, the in-game reporting stuff, they actually, not to say they don't act on it at all, but really it just adds, from my understanding of it, because they've commented on it a few times throughout you know, World of Tanks lifespan so far, it pretty much just adds a ticker next to your name, and unless that gets to like some, you know, abnormal amount across a certain amount of time, they'll take a look at, like, say a specific battle that you get reported in, but it needs to be more than just, say, like 2 or 3. Awesome. I just lost almost all my HP because for whatever reason I can't spot them. I gotta love it. I'm not doing well at all here, and it's just piling on. I usually hate going to this side, it's because if stuff like that happens, it makes it pretty difficult to actually fight. But yeah, we're not able to spot, unfortunately. Most likely, I don't know. I don't know who is exact. It's probably the Super Conqueror. It's none of the four of us, unfortunately. The M103 is probably the only exception, have max view range, but I honestly don't even know what I want to do in this tank with no HP. I'm not annoyed at who requested this, but this is one of the tanks where, even though I'm a little bit annoyed at them replacing this, it's not that good of a tank across a lot of different fight or scenarios, unless you're just able to pop shots off without being shot back in return. But we'll see if they actually push on us here. But the reason I pushed around that corner, I knew the first 2 tanks that pushed didn't spot me. So I'm like, oh, okay, I can set up and possibly get a shot off on something that I spot. Obviously, they had enough time to set up someone with max view range, because, you know, none of us were just outside of the max value. None of us could spot the people shooting, which sucks, but it's part of the game. And now our teams, we're gonna camp every single side. I'm not exactly 100% already safe here, but I'm kind of hoping that I can get the first hit off on someone trying to round the corner. I shouldn't be surprised from behind through the center. We should spot them if they decide to push that way, but yeah, we'll see. It's just, this makes for very riveting gameplay, which our T95 is... I don't know why you'd like to do that, but this our best bet right now is the hope that the northern flank wins, and as far as the south goes for their team, if they push around this corner, our arty can hit them. If we try to fight them right now, the only thing that we're doing is potentially dying and not getting anything in return. But who knows? I'm probably doing the wrong thing, because I have not read the map as well as I probably should have so far. But I can't go to the center. Come on, guys. Can we just pull back? I don't think that they're going to do it. The T95 seems to be a little bit too stubborn. I probably should have just stuck to the flank, even though this doesn't work well, you know, in the ABC line. That's the flank I usually find I like fighting on, just because it's a little bit less just have to push directly through people. But I can't push there because I know I'll die. I'm one-shottable by a couple tanks that are down that way. Okay. This is not going great here. That's kind of all me, missing that shot, but I'm having flashbacks to the grand battle mode yesterday where I just kept missing shot after shot on a Strev 103B. I'm hoping that our team is able to move up a little bit here. Okay. Aware that there's people there. Come on. Yeah. That worked out. Not really getting getting any helping hand here from RNG. But this isn't exactly a tank known for its accuracy, so I can't complain that much about it. My problem is I'm gonna get, well, if we win this with me doing 0 damage, I'm gonna thank my team a lot. Let's see, attempt number 2. Yeah, I'm just gonna switch to AP now because hitting the side of a Strub 1030 with Hesh and doing 700 damage, that's a little bit beyond me. Because it doesn't look like it hit its track. It hit it up on the upper portion of the tank. Just waiting for them to spot again because this Strev can't spot me if he had moved a little bit over this way. We should get this in a couple seconds though. I'll take that. Saves me from having to miss a shot. Ah, Lord. Right? I was about to say, I was just about to take a random shot there. But I hesitated for a second and I died. Oh well. Moving along, though. So, moving on to an E100 here. Oh, I need to get into a rhythm somehow, some way. Okay, there we go. Sorry. When I'm playing bad, I typically, it helps me kind of just churning into the next match. But that's part of, it's a little, I'd say it's a problem I have. There's a reason why sometimes I like playing games, say like Overwatch, Destiny 2 and stuff. They're really fast paced. Like World of Tanks is kind of, to me, it's a good blend of, it's not exactly, say, like a fast paced game, say like Call of Duty or something, where you're like always on edge, needing to, move your mouse very quickly all over the place. It's slow enough to where you can actually think a little bit tactically. Well, it's something, as I say, I don't think there's anything wrong with your English. But it's something that quite a few people have brought up recently. Like the trend over the past week for World of Tanks, like YouTubers have been putting out videos kind of about not just premium ammo, but kind of relating it to RNG, where premium ammo negates that. I don't disagree with that. A few though, I saw, I forget the name of the person, but they made a video about it, and they're shooting a T110E5 at like almost max range with a T54 with standard pen and the least accurate gun on the T54, using that as an example, which I think is completely wrong, because while the E5 doesn't have, like, say, the best armor of a tier 10 heavy, at max range, shooting it with probably one of the least accurate medium guns at tier 9, and also with the least standard penetration, it doesn't really, go to show you how well a tank can hit a weak spot. I would say it's high tiers, Randall. As far as people telling others what to do, I usually find high tiers, you find it a lot, just because it's, once you get above tier 8, that's typically where you find like people that have played the game for a very long time. Not to say people don't play mid tiers after a while, but the percentage of people that you find at high tiers typically have played the game for, years at this point. And kind of going with that, at least I find that there's always at least one or two people in a battle to where if they say pick the weak flank and they have pretty bad odds, or already doesn't help them on the weak flank, or just something goes against them, then they start, yelling at people, and it usually devolves at that point. I say they have, I would guess, like the TVP might have spotted me there, but I'm gonna guess that there's gonna be 4 tanks over on this side. As far as, the stream chat rules though, I don't think anyone's doing anything wrong. Really the only rule for the stream chat is A, don't be an asshole, which is very hard to do, honestly. Well, that, and don't like spam random things. Everyone knows those bots that kind of roll through here. Mainly on night streams we get them. Oh, there's times I honestly don't mind if people, like, we have a emoji for sponsors that has my face on a tomato. I don't mind if people criticize what I do either, as long as it's constructive. Right, so there's more than 4 now. That JPZ moves up, I will not be a happy camper. I saw he shot heat, so I over-angled there. That was not my end goal. This E5 is going to start being a little bit of a problem. We need to get this Centurion out. I really want to shoot said Centurion. Come on. Shoot the freaking building. Somebody. Bat chat. Just shoot the building. Thank you, Sergeant. I'd shoot the building, but I have the longest reload. Alright, I'm gonna take a calculated gamble here. Here we go. And he's out. That's what I thought you said. Alright. Still JPZ 100, which if I get hit by him, can say goodbye to quite a bit of my HP. I'm still gonna hop out a little bit further here because we're up by 4 tanks. I guess I'm gonna swap over to HE. I don't think I'm gonna get a decent shot on him. How many points do you get for shooting a building? Sometimes you get about 50% more experience and credits for doing that. Kind of being sarcastic, but at the same time, if shooting a building helps my team out instead of me taking too much of a risk, I'll gladly shoot a building to get an enemy out. Not everyone will, but oopsie daisy, I have HE loaded here, and that fortunately was enough. You didn't miss too much, Labobo. Just some very frustrating matches. My eyes and nose are freaking bothering me here. I think it's allergies. I was feeling a little bit sick last night, but holding out hope that I don't get sick the week of Thanksgiving, where I go from working 3 to 4 days a week up to 6. Thanks for tipping Levi. Go. He's come again. I do occasionally shoot gophers. Ah. I should have figured he was gonna be tracked, but I was going for the kill there. Hey, little buddy. I'm gonna leave those for him to find. He's sleeping right now. Anyway, though, gonna start a raffle here. Got a mastery badge first class. Top damage. What? Second place on damage. I was, let me correct myself there. Pretty good match, though. So the winner will get 500 Levi biscuits here. Let me add something to the shop. I know, you know, go figure I get a first class right before a raffle here. I'll add the Levi biscuits onto the next one now. Levi has a pick now, so I'll hop into a KB3. Thanks for tipping Levi as well, Labobo. How I'm going to be doing raffles from now on, I'm not going to reset it every time. I'm just going to continually add the extra Levi biscuits to the pot. He's going to have a nice little surprise when he wakes up there. I think you guys can, yeah, you can kind of see his head. That little thing next to my arm. Right, so next one up will be 900. There's no way that, that's close. There's no way he can miss these. These things, they kind of stink, this batch. You know, they're almost all salmon, but he's found them. Thanks for tipping the dog, though. But here we go. Got a Siegfried line. Fortunately, bottom tier. I don't think I have been. I could be wrong. You know, I've only played like 4 or 5 matches in the KB3 since buying it back, but I don't think I've been top tier once. Not a very large amount of battles, though, to come to any conclusion. Levi works a little bit too hard when it comes to the office room here. He runs into it all day, every day, trying to get us to honestly go on a computer because he knows he gets treats from it. Because usually otherwise I only give him a treat here or there when it's like, say right before bed or middle of the day. Since otherwise, you know, we split his meal in half. Up after this, though, I have the Tiger 131 AMX30 prototype, which, you know, with the amount of requests, feel free, or anybody else who wants to request tanks, just keep requesting tanks once I get through your, you know, previous tank requests. I should be able to take, you know, another round here. IS-4. Especially, I'm hoping as the stream goes on now I die a little bit slower. Well, we actually don't have gophers here. We only have moles. Which honestly, I kind of want to kill them all. I have a ton in my backyard and they're actually to the point where they are affecting my lawn. But I won't kill them directly. I'll just make them leave. I put stuff down to make them go elsewhere. See what's around corner number 1. I don't think that Patton's gonna hop out, but stranger things have happened. Just never heard about green beans. We only have moles, no voles. But we're just waiting, honestly. With the diet we have him on now, it's pretty much just salmon. I think he's allergic to like grass, honestly, because a lot of his allergies are just centered around like his legs and feet. and his like underbelly, but we're working on getting into a dermatologist. There's this none within an hour and a half drive of us, so it's gonna take us a week or so to get, or not a week, probably about 3 weeks till we can see one. But we need to keep his diet very strict until we figure out what he's allergic to. It just makes it easier to narrow it down. Try to get this guy to turn here. Gotta come back for more. Hello Yosef, nice to see you. Congrats Labobo on winning the raffle. Oh, there's actually a tank here. No, there's not. When we first moved to the house, we had some like field mice problems, but we fortunately fixed that. The people before us, honestly, they didn't keep, you know, good care of the house in general. But moles, unfortunately, a lot of people kill them by, like, you know, setting traps that like shoot spikes through them when they go under them. I'm not that morbid, so I just go about slowly pushing them out of my yard, which, you know, I know it's not a long-term solution, but as long as they're not ruining my lawn, I'm fine with them. That is a surefire way to win if you tip the dog. We honestly don't have gopher, so I have not to say I don't know what a gopher is, but no comment. Where I live in New Jersey, especially Cape May County, we have, not to say we don't have a lot of wildlife, but a lot of it's just, you know, honestly, it's birds and fish. Like, we have very few things outside, you know, we have like rabbits and squirrels and like very small deer, but we're actually the only county in New Jersey. We've had it, they do like a census essentially on like bear population in New Jersey, and we have between 0 and sometimes 1 reported sighting in our county every single year. Usually it sits at 1, with a lot of years at 0. You know, it's kind of strange in the Northeast to see that. Pretty good amount of damage though for, you know, both of us. Tier 9 match, that kind of worked out. Fortunately, I came across things with not a lot of armor, and the poor accuracy of the KV3 didn't kind of come into play. So I have a Tiger 131 next up here. Go. Hello, Anthony. That sounds interesting. Catapulting them. Very hairy man on the beach. That has some. Unfortunately, we have here. It's called Higbee's Beach in Cape May. For a very long time, it was considered like the nudist beach, not in a good way, but it's also kind of it's like a state nature preserve. One of, you know, Cape May has some land preserved, and this is one of the larger like areas. But I remember walking my dogs, and whenever you like see people on the beach like actually going there for the beach, you're like, oh god, I gotta stay away from these people. they're all like older, like couples and stuff. It's kind of gross, but I honestly don't care. Do whatever the hell you want. Alright, so we're bottom tier again. I don't know. I say I was bottom tier on this map and a KV2 yesterday, or maybe it was just against tier 7, but a little bit different with the Tiger here. Can't exactly just run around HEing everything and expect to get very far. I'm gonna kind of wait and see where most of these guys head, but I think I'm gonna end up in the I'm gonna end up in the town. Our team would be very wise not to push, just given that if their VK pushes over in the hilly area, he's gonna die. If we push into him, especially an IS-6 that has trouble even penning its lower plate, we're gonna lose. But with just one arty, we're better off letting them be the aggressors up there. I'm gonna try to help out this side because hopefully these guys actually push, given the tanks that we have. Took a chance there given the height of the SU, but yeah. Come on, come on, come on. No, I don't think our team's gonna move now, honestly. We lost one tank near me, one tank in the north. Don't know why a Dicker Max. It's got good gun depression, but I don't know why he would try to push like that. Alright, we spotted that guy. It easy. Gonna do that again? I'll gladly keep taking your HP. I don't think that guy knows that he doesn't have as much armor as he thinks he has there. Crap. I should be fine here. I don't think he'll be shooting HE yet. Fortunately, I do kind of need to keep him spotted if I want my team to kill him. There we go. E20. Dead. He was getting close to where I could start shooting him. Crap, the ARL. I want to try to get up there to help them now, but this is going to shape up to be a typical match to where unfortunately our 3 mediums are not going to move from that area. So I really hope that they're able to kill those guys in the north. It's compensation for personal missions not working for a couple weeks. Come on guys, do something. Type 59, thank God. I want to stick my neck out a little bit more here, but just It doesn't make much sense for me right now to do that. Unfortunately, the accuracy on this is not always the best, but I'm getting little hits here or there. Very nice. Fortunately, he's out now. Time to swap to APCR. Yeah, he did a good job. He played that right. Crap. That's not good for me. Okay, I actually need to skedaddle this way a little bit. Very nice, they got him. Hoping I can... I could have got him. He's doing a really good job at staying alive. I'll give him credit. Crap. Hellcat's using APCR now. I just need these two people behind me to move it. Finally. You can still see me. This VK is just gonna honestly just rush right through all of the tanks we have left. The problem I have right now is, do I try to help kill the VK? I think that's my best bet, because I can't really do much with the Hellcat. It's just, I can't really pen him, to be honest. Side, turret, front, what have you. Penning the VK is going to be a tough nut to crack here. It would be very nice if our E2 could start derping him. I assume he has the 105. Crapola, that's not good. At this point though, I have a feeling the Hellcat moved up and he's gonna pop over the hill on me. I guess at this point I'm going to be shooting HE, because this is why the VK101P is pretty darn good. It can just soak up so many frickin' shots, and being tier 8, when you come across tier 7s and 6s, there's not too much they can do to you. He survives this, he's definitely gonna get a Steel Wall award. Come on! Penetrate! I'm just hoping I get a high roll, but... yeah. Fat chance. Yep. And he's using gold. Oh god. I'm loading gold, dude. Do you know the gold pen on this? It's not very high. Lord, I'm dead. And I slipped out there. Doesn't help though that he was hiding, so... But the problem I have is gold pen on this is not very high. Our Panther was our best bet to kill him, but... Honestly, that's why, you know, tanks like that, it's hard to get around stuff when you can't pen it. The only other thing I could have done was try to kill the Hellcat SU-10, you know, the 100Y, but even that's a tough nut to crack. Got a Master Baz second class, second most amount of damage, but perfect matchup for that guy just to steamroll. Like, even our top tiers going against him, really only our TD had a decent shot at penning him, because the IS-6 needed to use APCR on his lower plate to pen him. Penning his cupola is kind of a challenge just, you know, in that regard. But anyway, moving along. I tried my best there, it's just... There's only so much you can overcome sometimes with the matchmaking difference. This will be my last match before soloing, and I'll start mixing in more grinds as well. I'm not sure if they fixed the glitch. If you haven't gotten your Stug 4, if you've completed the missions for it, you know, I think you have to claim it. I could be wrong now. Yeah, anything's fine. Yeah, when it comes to platooning, you know, you only can recruit them for what you currently own. Honestly, just there's problems with redeeming the compensation crew member right now. I click out of the box. It keeps popping up every time you log in until you do it. So I would just wait until you get your next tank, then redeem them. Thank you very much, Grigsby, for the tip. It was a pretty good match. I was just frustrated at the end there, because I'm literally up against a tank that, you know, with the way, like, basically, I said earlier on in the stream, they're buffing the tier 9 Tortoise's armor, which I honestly don't think it needs. I'm kind of surprised they're doing it, because the gun's already great, HP's great. The armor, you know, it's a little bit lackluster, but it's what the Tortoise should have, technically. To where we're starting to see, like, Wargaming, they've been pretty mum about it, to where they were talking last year very early on about rebalancing premium rounds. I think at this point we can kind of give up hope for that happening. What they're doing now is honestly power creep in a way of adding a shit ton of armor onto everything, even if it didn't have it. And unfortunately for some tanks, like the Tiger 131 there, when you're bottom tier, you come up across one of the newer tanks with a lot of armor on them and not that many weak spots that are truly weak, especially since they're removing, or have been, which, you know, not everyone knew to shoot at, like the little machine gun ports, stuff like that. You're just shit out of luck, because HE, unless you have a really high caliber gun, won't do any damage, just given how HE mechanics are. HE used to be more effective for smaller calibers and in general, but they heavily nerfed that. This is well before like premium rounds and whatnot. They heavily nerfed that pretty early on in the game. That's back when I was playing a lot of the M4 Sherman. You could, not to say go toe to toe with higher tiers, but you know, you can pop stuff, you know, a couple tiers higher than you consistently for 100 damage at least. But they changed that so it does less crew damage and also less damage in general with how it seeks out to find the weakest area. Thank you very much, Labobo, for the tip. Hello, Seb, which you're honestly such an awesome player, Leopard 1. Well, I'm not going to help you anymore. He basically gets pushed right around me and drove in front of me to block where I could shoot. It's unfortunate. Yeah, being able to pen this guy is going to be a losing battle. Almost. So I guess I'm just going to shoot HE, because even the Centurion Action X, they buff that turret armor in the last patch, and honestly, you can't pen it with most rounds now if it's actually hold down. There's still some areas, but this is not the most accurate of tanks to be doing that. Why did he push around there? Just there's people sitting in G3 that can hit us pushing that way. Plus you have tanks that it's not like we're set up to push on them right now. I don't even, not to say I don't want him to die, but I don't feel bad for that guy dying. It doesn't, IS-7's gonna try to push now with 200 HP. This doesn't make sense for us to push into these two guys at this very moment. They're trying to, you know, push a square peg into a round hole right now. You know, I tried to get greedy there and it came back to bite me. But, yeah, we just lost all of our HP here. I'm daydreaming now. It's just, you guys please fight on the flank to where this guy's he's overextending now. He's alone. Anybody? Anybody? Hello? They're not even paying attention right now. There we go. You know, there's that surprise when your team actually does something. And now I'm dead though. Would have been nice though. You know, they're too busy worried about pushing. Thank God they killed him. They're worried about pushing this side and shooting these guys, whereas we actually had the numbers to push on these two guys right through here where the IS-7 was, but I wasn't going to go there alone because the other three people were trying to push here where they're getting RD'd, shot from low. But we should be able to get this as long as they basically don't rush into these guys one by one. We'll be fine. Well, the Tiger's honestly fine. It's just the premium versions of the Tiger, the 131 heavy tank number 6, they're at a little bit of disadvantage when you come across tier 8 tanks, which, you know, I'd be fine with, but with how the game's kind of being balanced now, you know, they're taking, you know, tanks to where you might have had like a really small weak spot that you could aim at before, and now the weakest areas some premium rounds can't even pen. But that's a problem with right now, that they're only really balancing higher tiers. Like the next patch we're gonna see the AT series of tank destroyers in the British line. They're balancing all the way down to tier 5, which is good. The tier 6 and 7 are going to get better. Essentially, they're going to have more armor and higher alpha guns. Same DPM though. Unfortunately, though, they're nerfing the tier 5 into oblivion. Which, you know, it kind of sucks because the AT2 is not that great of a tank to begin with already. It's just all centered around armor, and they're nerfing that to the ground. Just escalate it quickly, and I don't think we're going to get this now. But for the longest time, they've only been buffing tier 8 to 10. And, you know, it's kind of a problem. If they keep buffing those tanks, specifically once you start reaching tier 6 and seeing tier 8s, it's a problem balance-wise. If they start buffing mid-tiers and low tiers, everything will be fine, but they need to be consistent. And that's part of the problem that they're having right now. But see if he's able to but up after this, I'm gonna have a PZ-34. I'm gonna start mixing in tank grinds as well. Probably pop back and forth each battle. Hello, Jaffa. Nice to see you. Kind of missed your message there for a second. But unfortunately, we yeah, we didn't play that bad of a match. It was just on the hill we played it as a team a little bit wrong. Thanks for platooning for a bit, Sergeant. Let me hop into the PZ-34 here. Unfortunately, we kind of got boned over by some teams today, but yeah, it is what it is. Well, the thing with the AT2 is, you know, if people actually learned weak spots, it has plenty of weak spots for people to be able to penetrate it on. Or penetrate it at. It's just, it's still going to be decent, you know, for its tier and fighting tier 4s and 3s. But it's going to, no longer will the AT2 be able to bounce tier 6 and 7 shells. Not that it could really penetrate, or not that it could really expect to soak up too many tier 6 and 7 shells when it's, you know, bottom tier, but it at least had a small chance of doing it. Well, yeah, you don't need to stay in your garage, because honestly, Wargaming doesn't have any plans right now to be balancing mid tiers, you know, on a large scale right now. So it's just something you kind of gotta, you know, live with for the time being. I'm gonna see if I can spot early here, but remains to be seen. I didn't get as much as I'd like, but it's better than nothing. It just looks like right now they announced buffs for the guns for the other British TDs that they're balancing. They didn't announce anything for the AT2, so that's where a lot of people are thinking they're not buffing the gun, they're just nerfing the armor, which I think is a huge mistake, but what do I know, I guess. I'll at the very least take a little peek at the hill. I'm in no rush, honestly, to get up there, though. We're not gonna push it, so if I can get a shot here before I go up there, that would be ideal. But my team is doing the camp around the base strategy from this side, which doesn't pan out a lot of times. Being a mid-tier match, it does have a little bit better chance at succeeding, but we'll see. Their T-150, I don't think it's fast enough to get up here before I'm going to be able to peek. I don't want to come across an M4 though. There are E2s coming up here, but my end goal is not to honestly fight these guys. I don't think you should fight them either. Maybe that's a T-34. It's just we're gonna be tough pressed to be able to hold our own up there. Like right now it just looks like it's 2v2, but I have a feeling that their T-150 is gonna pop up. Leave, I have a favorite tank. I'm not too sure. Usually it's my favorite tank. I was trying to think of a tank that's like a dog name or something, but kind of coming up empty. Yep, that's exactly what I thought was going to happen here. Unfortunately, there we go. I tracked him, but he still has a repair kit most likely. Just I can't pen him. I'm just gonna chuck HE, I guess. Slowly move back. Here we go, 6 damage. Woo! Raking it in. Trying to track him. M6, or not the M6, the M4 did a decent job. There we go. Alright, now I can start shooting standard shells. The day they fix the T-30 is when a lot of people rejoice. Ooh, Lord. Alright, I'm with you here. Bit easy. Yeah, maybe I don't need to fix my stun. Very nice. There goes another gopher. So far so good on our flank. I don't think he's spotted anymore, so I should be fine. I kind of saw that too. I don't know how that ram got into their base. I have no clue how he did that without dying. I should be, I might die still pushing like this, but I should be alright taking a risk here. Shouldn't affect our chances to win as long as I don't get killed like this. Probably should have stayed up there. Got some spots. That's what I was looking for. Bulldog, there you go. That's probably, I would say that's maybe the only canine name in World of Tanks. Come on, auto aim. He wasn't really moving, so I'll just auto aim at some things if they're not really moving around much. Well, that was a waste of that. Let's just move a little bit in case he shoots at me again. Don't think I'm spotted still. There we go. I got more than 100 damage now. I haven't noticed much of a change, but yeah. Might depend on the time of day you play too. Got a mastery badge 2nd class. Hand of God. Okay, I guess got a little lucky there. But yeah, damage wise, didn't really do myself any favors, but a little bit higher up in experience since I spotted for a little over 1100 damage. So I'll take that. Me couple reserves going. Let me hop into a tank I'm grinding. I'm gonna why don't I switch to a higher tier since I just played a mid-tier tank. I'll do the 1390 before getting to the KV2 up next. Which I kind of showed it last stream, but for anyone that missed it, I do have the sponsor and tank challenge board, which Randall, you won earlier today, so you'll get one up here soon, but that's currently what I have up there right now. Sponsors, I'm gonna you're gonna have your names up there in the little hexes, and also other people that tip. I need to work on the Streamlabs side of this soon and super chats. But every time you win a challenge, Labobo was the only one with one up there so far. You get your name up on the board as well. Hello, Matthew and Maximus, nice to see you. How do you play glass cannon TDs on urban maps? You pray. More or less try to find a spot to stay somewhat safe. It's you know, sometimes you're just shit out of luck, but you can, you know, kind of stay with like a group of tanks, like heavy tanks or something, but you don't want to necessarily sit right with them unless you peek out in between enemies reloading. But you kind of sit a little bit, say, offset to where if an enemy's pointing at them, you can pop out and they're not necessarily aiming directly at you, and you can take a shot somewhat safely. Thing. Fortunately, I'm on a lightish tank again on a map that does not play very well for light tanks. Of course, he got me there. Sorry, T-54 lightweight. There's a reason why I was not pushing up there, and that's thank you very much, Grigsby, for the tip. The reason I swapped over to HE when I was shooting the T-150, it was pretty far away from me for some of those shots, and it wouldn't have penned with the way he was pushing on me. So I didn't want to stop shooting, so I just kept chucking HE so I'd get something out of it. You know, track damage, sprinkle of damage here or there. But it just came down to even APCR wasn't going to be able to pen him at the range he was at. Doesn't make sense for me to push with no armor, no gun depression. Gonna see if I can get lucky. There we go. M46 Patton, why are you sitting back here? Like, seriously. I had to run away now. We have an M46 Patton shooting APCR all the way in the back of their friggin' base. He might actually catch up to me here, but I gotta hope that I can get around this corner. Trying to find little spots that I can do something in, but having some difficulties. Didn't kill their arty, unfortunately, so that wasn't a really Wasn't a really good trade for me. Some of them I bought, but the majority of them, you know, just doing missions and stuff. You know, I can't go through them as fast as I get them. This guy's gonna get me, unfortunately, unless I'm lucky and he either misses or doesn't realize that he can ram me. Because he has a decent amount of alpha. Thankfully, he didn't even take a shot, but he's got a decent amount of alpha for a light tank. And he's got me here. Come on, guys. Come on. I'll take my last shot here, but the tier 9 bat didn't even try to help me. He's too busy trying to go for somebody else. I gotta love it, but oh well. I thought he was gonna come and help me, but no. Still did 1600 damage. It's just, I was hoping to survive that one. I could have ran away after I killed that first light though. Hello Tommy Gunn, nice to see you. Alright, so KB2 for my next tank request. Then after that I'll hop into another grind, kind of flip-flop between requests here. Well, M46 is a damn good tank to where, you know, if you're spewing out APCR at long range, you can pen most things. You know, I do give him credit, he pushed up, but he was sitting back there just trying to take cheap shots. It worked out though, as long as they win. He got me in the end, but he should have died there. I was still gonna die regardless if that tier 9 bat helped me, but he would have been able to kill that M46 before he ran away. Bottom tier again, seems to be a trend today. At least for tier 6s. The only time where you see, like, if you're gonna play mid tiers or, you know, anything outside of tier 9 and 10, your best bet to get matchmaking where you're towards the top is if you play during prime time when there's more people on. That's when you'll find you get more matches where it's the same tier, you know, just a 1-tier spread, stuff like that. Or you might just get bad luck and never get it, but that's World of Tanks. No, Ryan, she got hired full-time at this point. It was like a month into the school year. Just took a while to get everything like finalized, but yeah, she has a full-time teaching job now. Not the closest school to us, but hey, it's a job. Uh-oh. They're gonna push. Maybe. Fortunately, I don't know how they're setting up here. It's just, I guess I'll help out here. Yeah, I honestly don't think tankrewards.com will come to any other server at this point. At first they tested it to see, you know, if it went over well, and you know, it's doing a pretty damn good job, but I don't think they'll do it just because they mainly have it. I shouldn't have done that. They mainly have it to give people in the NA server a little bit of an incentive to play more, and it's working out well, but they don't necessarily want to give away that much free stuff, I feel like. Alright, I'm gonna, I was hoping for a critical hit on his gun. We should have this though. He can't one-shot me, he can't one-shot the T-28. He doesn't know where the T-28's weak spot is either. He's probably still shooting APCR at him. Here we go. Fortunately, I'm getting hit from the back. Gonna bring me down to... Ooh, I got a nice little lucky bounce there. Hello, Dana. Nice to see you. Yeah, sometimes with tank rewards, it's not instant. They do lag behind a bit sometimes with rewards, but you always get them. And if for whatever reason you don't, all you have to do is take a screenshot and you can send it into Wargaming, and they will check to make sure you got the rewards, but I haven't seen too many people bring that up, just like specific cases. Because since it's only on the NA server, it's actually all manual as far as the rewards go. Wargaming manually puts them in. Really? I should have aimed more, but that's my bad. Yeah, so you have probably interns or something, but it's not like they have a system to automatically dole out rewards. It's somebody manually going account to account and giving them to you. I should have aimed in on that too, but I was trying to rush it. Okay, I actually don't want to push now. You keep pinging me 25, but honestly, I think people know that there's a WZ-132 over there. He's probably gonna kill me. Yep, because I can't spot him. I don't have 6th sense on this because I stole this crew for something else a little while ago. But yeah. View range and KV2 don't exactly go hand in hand. The Leviathan to come around. If we lose this, I'll be mad. We should have almost no chance of losing this though. Replace that. We are starting to creep up there because I have a very strong feeling this Strev... maybe not. There we go. Nah, we got this one. Alright. So why don't I hop... I'll play my Skoda T25 here. As far as experience, I still have a bit of a ways to go. Sometimes you don't need to aim in your Russian tanks, but that's just you banking on, it's like a 22 to 26% chance of it flying almost straight down the middle of your aiming circle. Seems to be a trend so far, but you know, I've said it a few times, when it comes to teams in any multiplayer game, it's not just World Tank specific. You always have different levels of players as far as not just say good and bad, but you know, people that play the game just for fun, others that might be playing while distracted, people playing really seriously, different play types. Like, it happens in every game. Just the only way to get around that is honestly doing clan wars or strongholds, some sort of competitive format when it comes to World of Tanks. I don't particularly do them just because of, you know, time constraints, but you know, if matchmaking is something that bothers you, definitely look into doing that. It's not like you need to join a clan that's super strict and yeah, takes over your life, but there's plenty of clans out there that, you know, not that they don't take things seriously, but they're definitely easygoing, and you know, you just kind of participate when you participate. Aiming is for noobs. You know, it is kind of true at times, to where they have reworked the accuracy to where some shots, you know, if you know you're gonna take damage if you stay out too long, it's better off just to kind of take a shot and move back without aiming. Sounds counterintuitive, but shouldn't have done that though. Just because HP wise, he has a significant leg up on me. Yeah, there's always got to be a winner and a loser. Even if there's a tie, both teams lose in the sense of, say, experience and credits. Phone pen. I had some premium load it because this IS-6 is about to spank us. Kidding me? Trying to help him. Alright, I've got to run this Churchill gun carriage or whatever the hell it is 100% going to die. Doesn't mean that I have to join him. We're down by 2 tanks, but our position should be pretty fine when it comes to winning this. It's just should be able to get all 3 off. Fortunately, I only penned 1. Waiting for him to fire again. Okay, there's the Tiger 1. Did he shoot? Doesn't matter, I guess. Crap. Ooh, he just blew right past us. Actually, no, I'm not gonna do that because this Tiger 1's gonna need me. Oh, that's on me. I should have hit at least 2 of them. He wouldn't have died, but he'd be in a better position right now. Alright, team. You've got very good shots here. Are you kidding me? I thought I wasn't sticking out enough. I can't spot now. Unfortunately for me, I don't think that T-44 is going to be able to spot him before he can get to kill me. If he decides to push. Be nice though if he can spot the Black Prince. But he's got a pretty quick gun. Love or hate the Black Prince, but it's tough to fight against if you're in a tank with not a lot of armor. Not like it's other heavies to where if it misses a shot on you, you can get in and flank it. Okay. This is definitely a risk if this MT-25 gets me. This IS-6 needs help. Screw you, Artie. Oopsie daisy. Probably didn't want to track him. Yeah. I was like 0.6 seconds away from being able to kill him. This is still pretty close. If they focus on these 2 guys here, I don't know why the E8's running away. But if they kill those 2, they have this. But, Thank you very much, Freddy, for the subscription. Come on, T20. Whoa. That's a shocker. Uh-oh. Ugh, I'm waiting to see because I don't think this will take very long to play out. I think our T-44 is using HE though. Yeah, he is. Just he splashed himself the one time. As long as they don't go one by one now, we'll be fine here. It's just the AMX. Bite my tongue here. Fortunately, the E25 got a hit here. It's just the likelihood of him coming out alive is very low alone. But fortunately, that already, I don't know how it didn't kill him. We should have this now. Alright, so moving along, I have a FV215B Heavy, which let me start a raffle here. The winner gets 900 Levi biscuits. It's just a reminder, my next week's stream schedule is changing since it's Thanksgiving. I put it in the video description below and also like on my website and other places. I'm going to be streaming Sunday night, Monday night, Wednesday morning, same times, 8 to 11 respectively. And there's a possibility I can do a Tuesday and a Saturday stream, but not guaranteed when it comes to those. I just work a lot come Thanksgiving, so gonna need to tone it down for a week here. Thank you very much, Labobo, for the tip. $35 seconds a lot? Doesn't seem like a lot. But yeah, I don't do my stream isn't like a instant stream just because I would say if I did that, a lot of you guys honestly wouldn't be able to watch without turning the quality down. The less of a delay you get for streams, unless I turn the bitrate down, which makes things blurrier, or I have to do 720p resolution, the harder it is to watch without buffering. Because I can get it down with YouTube. They have something called, I forget what the specific name is, but it's actually below 3 seconds between me and you guys. Not liking what I'm seeing so far. They're just not pushing south, which they can hit me from here. Alright. So I'll wait until these guys push out a little bit. I do have one SPG, but I didn't feel like it was wise to go by myself. I can definitely help a Malshin out. It's just a 183 can pin me. Not super easily, but that didn't make sense for me to track him, but what are you doing now? Unfortunately, there goes my quick and easy shot, to where he's probably going to hit me again here. They have a lot of people in the south too. This is not shaping up to be very good for us unless we can... That guy died. He got pinned. 183's reloading. There's a bat above us. Oh, why are you doing that, Malshin? We're not going to be able to get... Guess I'll try go in here, but just where the 183 is, you know, we're not able to get shots on him very easily without sticking our necks out. get one shot at dude. Well, myself as well. Nice if our arty, they can hit the 183 area, but I don't know where he's aiming necessarily. Come on. Yeah. Ooh, he missed. Awesome. Long as this Malshin doesn't cover him. Ooh. That's not good. Come on. Not necessarily the weakest of weak spots, but I should have been able to pen that. I bounced off of it like 3 times. I need to get my little butt back here. So I'm really far out there. We're down by quite a few tanks. Congratulations, Labobo, on winning again here. Obviously, the chatbot really likes you today. No time to turn. Might as well get a better shot there. For 2. Not necessarily out of this, but it's starting to get close. Tortoise is out now. I'm next up on the shopping block here. Unfortunately, we lost some HP early. Crap, I guess the only chance I was gonna have here is if I could hit every one of my shots, and that didn't pan out there. Yeah, he's just hitting me in my lower plate. Even pointing at him. Did 3,800 damage though, but yeah. Unfortunately, at the end of the day, we're blowing through tanks a little bit too quick here. Which I'm gonna draw a second winner too. Congrats, Dana, for winning the raffle. Hello, Sinet. Nice to see you, and Marga as well. Thanks, Will. It's probably left over from when I streamed World of Warships. I try my best to switch back and forth between the video descriptions, but yeah, I probably just forgot to switch out the URL there. Alright, so next up I'm gonna hop back into a grind. Then I have the M48 and also the IS-4 coming up here. But as far as damage goes, top damage when it comes to my team, their T-57 and their PZ-58 did a pretty good job though. But thanks for pointing that out. I fixed that really fast there. But when it came down to it, we played it decently, but a lot of our people were pushing a little bit too aggressively. Don't know what game that was, but good game to yourself. I guess we did win this. I don't even ask you bad second class, but glad we won Winterberg. But yeah, it's just I didn't want to push as hard as we did on that 183. It just, not that it was great if we left him to keep reloading. I just knew when we made that final push on him, he was backing up that ramp. It's not easy to kill people there unless you have, say, Artie shooting them, or you have people hitting them from outside of that little gully that you're in. It's actually easier for them to, it's a little bit harder to defend the side that we're on, kind of backpedaling, but that specific ramp there, it's hard because you have to go all the way around to be able to get shots on them. Anyway, though, back into this guy, and okay, we'll see how this ends up here. I'm actually thinking that as well. Hopefully my little detour doesn't come back to bite me, but I don't necessarily want to get caught against some of their tier 10s. Hello, it's Med over on Twitch. Nice to see you. Ooh, Lorraine, keep taking your shots. That guy's... Holy crap, he actually landed upright. That sounds terrifying, Labobo. I have actually never, outside of like a zoo and whatnot, I've never seen a bear. Seen plenty of coyotes, but bears, no. Making sure he's dead. Don't judge me. I don't necessarily care about making people angry. It's Med, so to each their own. I don't know if you're trying to do a joke though. Thanks for turning around, AMX30. So far our team's doing a pretty good job here. I'm just hoping for the best as far as accuracy with hitting this guy. This Lorraine, no, if he pushes up, I will gladly stick my neck out a little bit further. I've got quite a bit of ways, like well over 100,000 experience till the AMX30B. Could load heat, but he's gonna die, unfortunately. I could load heat, but I don't necessarily need it. He's gonna hit me here, but I've got a lot more alpha than he does. Oh, he's got himself a friend. See if my teammates actually turn around. Mouse? Friend? At least he kind of backed off there. Because he can clip me. Fortunately though, our lead kind of evaporated. Alright. I don't know what the Super Conqueror did wrong, but I think he just didn't help the person. That's not really a reportable offense. Got myself some unwanted attention here. Yeah, PC does not have the WTR 100 anymore, unless you're playing on the Chinese server. I used to hate playing against that tank. Come on, Heat. I'm not even hitting him here. Oh well. E30 fired, so I can get one more, hopefully, 0 pen shot off. Crap. Oh, there goes that plan out the window, but we're about to get flanked by the T-30. I don't have many options here. Yeah. I knew they had TDs here, but get killed by T-30 or potentially help, and yeah. I tried my best here, but unfortunately you kind of go into the AMX-30, you know, expecting to miss some shots. I missed a couple there that might have given us a chance to come back. No problem, William. Hello, Waka. Nice to see you. I'm having a decent day here. Hopefully your day went pretty well. Most amount of damage though in a match, but yeah, I needed to land more shots on this E100 for us to have a chance. I'm really surprised though, like, we should have been able to kill him given the amount of HP he had left, but yeah, I guess things didn't go our way, obviously. Got an M48 here. You know, when it came to the Waffle Tracker E100, some people did that, but it was still, it was broken most with the 12.8 centimeter gun. Specifically if people fired APCR out of it too. You know, hopefully someday they replace it for console versions. Even though some people might like playing it, it's still, I don't even know why they ever came up with that tank to begin with. Yeah, I still think the AMX 30 and 30B is better than what it was before. It does get a little bit annoying if you keep missing shots. Thank you very much, William, for the gift shop package. Thank you very much. Helps me not have to worry about grinding as many credits now. Thank you very much again. And also everyone else for the tips today. And yesterday as well too. Definitely helps a little bit too. We're starting, I thought he just woke up. We're starting a Christmas shop here. Oh. We have, I think this year, 26 people to buy stuff for. Deciding who gets what is difficult sometimes. Yeah, the 30 and the 30B. Armor-wise, you can't expect to bounce much, but definitely more than the Bat Chat line. But I think the best thing to come out of the AMX 30 and 30B rebalances were, love or hate the accuracy on the tanks, they're at least a little bit different than, say, playing the M48, the Leopard 1. It's not like you're playing the same tank over and over. I think, you know, that's an issue that World of Tanks is starting to come into play, to where they're trying to rebalance certain tanks and they're kind of making things like all the samesies. And, you know, to me, part of the greatness of World of Tanks is the amount of different types of tanks, different play styles that you have. I'm gonna hopefully get out of here before I start getting hit. I wanted to push, but you know, that was really contingent on literally none of their tanks pushing, because I'd either come across the M48, so it's 50-50 chance if I'd come out on top, especially because their side has a better time at hitting me than my side is hitting them. You know, they have two autoloaders, the AMX 13105 and the Bat Chat. Didn't want to come across them, and that guy being there, nah. Unfortunately, you know, at this point, it doesn't make sense for me to kind of sit there and just get continually hit trying to shoot that WZ. I'm hoping my TDs play it right and they don't play it aggressive, because if they peek over there, I would guess that almost every single one of these TDs, you know, the E4's in the town, but they're going to be on that side. Well, Ryan and I do our best to, you know, we try to find something that is a little hard buying for some people, say like my parents, just because they literally go out and get, you know, if you think that they need something, they'll just go buy it themselves, even if they don't need it sometimes. So we try to find something that, you know, us being a little bit younger than, we're the youngest in both of our families, we try to find stuff that, you know, might not even be on somebody's radar. But both Ryan and I really like Christmas, so we tend to take getting gifts pretty seriously. These guys look like they need a little bit of help. Guess I'll try to help out with the center here. Just, I'm a little surprised that that bat survived as long as it did. Don't know how I bounced the heat shell from a Grill 15, but take it. That's nice. That's one thing to, yeah, even on consoles with the Waffle Troggery 100 still being in the game, HE shells, I used to carry more of them on my high tiers just to hit it with at HE. Alright, I'm gonna slide over to this side again just because poking out the spot things, I can get hit much easier on that side than this side, I feel like. Pretty close. There we go. Not gonna kill him, but oh, are you kidding me? Now they're starting to push this side. That's no bueno. At least they took out a couple more tanks there. Problem I have here, I'm sorry guys, I can't push out there. It's just once I commit to over there, I'm still not sold on us being able to win that flank. Yeah, I just got nailed by their grill. I wasn't expecting to be spotted there, to be honest. But somehow I was. Just they have so many frickin' TDs. Alright, they did a pretty good job over there. Go. Worry about this Strev now. Grill number 3, so we know where he's at now. Like, what's behind door number 1 and 2? Alright. Yes, the turret armor is better on the M48, but I'm definitely playing with fire when it comes to expecting to bounce grill 15 shots in it. I'd like to start getting shots to help the town, but not in the best position for that. Do we have any shots at all there? Oh lord. Run away. That'll run. Good. Yep. Uh-oh. Not good, not good, not good. He's gonna get me. Yeah. Whew, he actually didn't kill me. He had HE. The E100 got me. God damn it. I was trying not to... Like, the E100 hit me there. I pulled back too far, but... That grill moving right through the center. It was a good move on his part. But... Which, honestly, this guy's an asshole. He's been berating... half of our team since he's died. Oh well. This side, surprisingly, they held out, but unfortunately, the enemy just drew back from there once they weren't spotted and pushed on the other spot of the map, and that's going to win it for them. Didn't have the best match I could have there, but I tried there. It's just so hard when you're, you know, fighting with... Yeah, 390. I was going to say 400, but 390 damage gun when half the enemy team has 750 damage guns, to where it's really hard to kind of get yourself moving when so many things could go wrong in such a large medium like that. Let me hop back into the KV3 here, because I'm getting fairly close to... I don't have to grind a whole line here, just the KV4 and the ST1. Yeah, he's storing quite a bit here. Some coal for some people. And I should give my niece some coal, just to see the look on her face. Hello, bud. I know. He's pretending to snore. He's actually awake. I knew he was awake, but I just looked at him and he's like, biscuit? He also knows that, you know, it's getting towards the end of the stream here. And he knows after his streams, he goes outside, I play with him for a bit. I will try, to get to the Mutant M6. I'll say probably after that request, I won't be able to get to any other ones. This Defender and Patriot's going to be a tough nut to crack. Both of them. The standard pen on this 175. Yeah, but the premium 217, I can kind of get it to work, but even penning a Defender with 217 is a little difficult. Unless he gives me a little bit of time to figure out where I want to shoot him at. So far, they've put a lot of people in the 1-2 line. If they, honestly, if they win that line, we're pretty much crushed. Because over half of our team's over there. But thanks for tipping Levi. He will, yep, he's still giving me the eye over there. He's gonna get showered with biscuits. Well, that Cromwell just got deleted. Hopefully our Strev is smart and hides. Yeah, I don't even know why I shot that. There was like a 0% chance. I'm waiting to push the town until our tier 8s get up here, because alright, the Defender pushed back. Nope, maybe he didn't push back that much. Take that, 26 damage. He's doing the right thing though. He's just cleaning up all the weaky tanks over here. Okay, they finally caught up to him. Great. Ooh, Lord. Ah. I'll just take a wild shot there. I'm just gonna stick with APCR given... Yeah. Even penning the OI with APCR now that thing's got a lot of armor on the front of it. Not that high of a chance. Alright. Please, can someone... There we go, shoot him. He's gonna get hopefully stuck. The T-34 pulled back. Fortunately, we are losing that side. Crap, I didn't crit him. Come on! Help me out a little bit, guys. As long as he's aiming at me, I'll just keep wiggling here. I'm not the most dangerous tank out of the bunch, but I can whack him for quite a bit of damage. He should get taken out here. We've got to make sure the base doesn't fall. I don't necessarily want to go back here, but if we lose the T-28 HTC, you know, we're expecting the Dicker Max, because the T-34 100's AFK. We're expecting the Dicker Max to kill a T-54 Mod 1. Come on, guys. Make the safe decision. They're going after Artie, which Ooh, nice job, Digger Max. That makes things a lot easier. Still not out of the woods yet, but yeah, good job by that Digger Max though. I don't know if they got a ton of shots off, but they got the shot off that counted. We should be able to win this. We have 2 full HP tier 8 heavies. I'm just gonna drive forward. They should be around their base. The Ag Panther M44 is most likely dead ahead too. Honestly, I kind of wish that for this map they would rework the center here a little bit, because you know it doesn't come into play much, which I'm getting some that's why something's trying to update over here, getting a little bit of lag, or not lag, but FPS spikes here. But yeah, I think adding a little bit of cover into the center here would be beneficial, even if it's like expanding the town out a little bit, say like in this direction. But we'll see when it comes to HD map reworks if they change this a lot. Crap. I didn't think I was seen, but he was driving straight at me there. Alright, so we have an IS. I'll do these next 3 tank requests just in a row here, since that'll probably be all that I have for the stream. Hey, little buddy. Thanks for tipping, Levi. Top 2 damage though. I did use quite a bit of APCR. Like it cost 31,000 for ammunition there, but when it came to coming up against a defender, and also the Patriot and an OI, 175 millimeters of pen on the AP round just wasn't gonna cut it. Like I threw 2 HE rounds after bouncing my first AP shot, but like not this. We probably still would have won that encounter there, but yeah, it made no sense not to use it. Like some people that refuse to use premium rounds in today's game, all the power to them. I try my best not to use them unless I need to, but in that case, you bet your ass I'm going to be using them. Okie dokie though. Tier 10 only, no arty. I had a thought in my head to honestly push here very early on, but I don't think I'm going to be able to get there given the amount of mediums they have. So I'm just going to go the typical route to begin with at the very least. Have a nice night, William. Thank you very much for watching, and stay safe. Since my next stream is until Sunday, my next morning stream, because the schedule changes, is next Wednesday morning. My schedule's beneath the video here. If I don't see you, happy Thanksgiving to you across the all the way across the world here. Alright, let's see. I will try for anyone that's on Discord. I'll try to show them on the stream too to post up. Last year I showed you guys kind of the inner workings of how a restaurant preps and prepares 100 turkeys. I'll try to do that again. Surprised this guy is not getting hit by any of our mediums yet. Like, I get us heavies, like we're not up here, but yeah. I don't think I'm spotted, so I'm safe to cross this little gap here. Oh, don't round the corner like that. I actually need to play this differently than I want it to. Since there's no arty, I'm gonna bank on not getting hit from far away, but I'm gonna play this kind of like the IS-7 is. I set myself up here. I can shoot both flanks if we don't push, while being relatively safe. It's mainly heat shells I'm gonna have to worry about, but as long as we're not pushing, if they try to advance on us, which they were trying, we just need to let them come out, guys. I know they're defending, but they seem to be antsy. It's not looking like we're gonna let them do that though, so I guess goes that plan. Very hard when there's no arty for an enemy to push up here, because with the slope, it's not exactly a very steep slope. You're able to just sit on the top, fire down into them, and if you have a strong turret, they can't pen you. Unless they just, you know, plop you with HE. Do a little bit of damage. Oh well. Yeah, the enemy kinda... they're not gonna push on us now. I hit him with an HE shell. Which I think I actually pinned him with that, to be honest. CPZ 100 is a problem, but he's currently not aiming at us here. I think he thought I was going to throw another HE round at him. Alright, now he's aiming a little bit more back towards my way. Abort, abort. Trying my best to side scrape here. We just lost a few tanks there. He's angled a little bit too much to where we're definitely not going to win this one given the amount of tanks we have left. But I can at least get a little bit more damage. He's very close to being angled correctly, but 113 doesn't have like space armor and stuff on the side outside of the track, so if it's not over 80 degrees you can just punch through it pretty easily with heat. We're definitely not going to make it out of this one. I'm just going to swap over to AP because at this point it doesn't really matter. We're down by 10 tanks. Don't care how lucky you are, which I actually can't hit them now. Oh, thank you. They're all still firing for the most part. Premium rounds too. Don't care how lucky you are though, there's no way to come back for something like this unless the enemy drives off a cliff or something. Go drown themselves in H5. Ended up doing 2600 damage though, a little bit of block, but our team just, obviously we pushed at the wrong time because, yeah. Our flank lost some people from pushing into them, but we would have been better off. They were trying to push out there early on, and we kind of pushed a little bit too hard into them. Had we let them push a little bit more into us, we would have been able to kill them, but kind of played into their hand there. So next up I have the Indian Panzer for a request, then I got the Mutant M6, but yeah, when it comes down to it, top 2 damage, but they did a good job at just, you know, they didn't make any huge mistakes when it came to a team level. Indian Panzer. Well, I think a lot of people, what went wrong there was there's no SPGs. I think they kind of, you know, typically if there's no SPGs and I'm attacking on assault, I will play it aggressive. Yes, for the 3 black tanks, yeah. Or the marathon. If it's a competition, I'm not too sure. Waco. Honestly, as far as specials and goes, I'm a couple days behind on them a lot of times. But yeah, in that sense, that map, we shouldn't have pushed as hard as we did, mainly because tier 10 only, and we're pushing into a lot of premium rounds. Daisy. I'm sitting here tapping the frickin' R button and it wasn't doing anything. I don't like fighting on this side, but see how it works out. We have a crap ton of people going to 8-0. I don't know if we're doing that on NA. I could be wrong. It's happened on NA before. I just know for Thanksgiving we have a lot of specials and sales for that, so they might not do it. I remember with each new patch they used to do that for the new tank lines, and they kind of stopped doing that. Pressing my luck here. At least we got one tank out. I'm actually really surprised the enemy actually played the 8-0 side from the looks of it right now. Like our Type 5 and T-28 can actually start pushing up north instead of hugging the edge. But it's actually easier if the enemy does defend. If they're not playing it aggressive, if they chose that side since the flag's on that side, but you usually don't see that very often. Typically your team coming from the south here just gets frickin' crushed in the 1-3 side. This is definitely something I haven't seen in a while. I was about to say, he keeps peeking out a little bit. Just keep shooting him. I don't think he even realizes that. Like, the only one doing damage to him right now up till that shot is the little frickin' Indian Panzer shooting him in the side, because all he had to do was just angle like a little bit to his left and I wouldn't have been able to pen him. I'm not complaining though. I critical hit him. Honestly, that was just one of the shots where I might as well throw a shell this way. So far so good though. I really like playing the Indian Panzer. I think it's not significantly better since they buffed the Panther 2, but there's a decent margin I feel like between the Indian Panzer and the Panther 2. They both kind of fit in the same roles as well. Banking, nope, he's gonna die. Well, luckily for people that don't like this map, I'm typically on the fence. Depends on how both sides play it as far as the teams go. I feel like the southern spawn is at a pretty big disadvantage, but this is actually one of the maps. Wargaming hasn't shown it yet, but when it comes to the HD render for maps, this, Fjords, and Fisherman's Bay are the top 3 most changed maps by their words, coming with those map changes. So they haven't stated what they're changing with Erlingberg here. I assume they're going to be reworking the center of the map pretty drastically. When it comes to Fisherman's Bay, they're adding a lot more cover into the center, like, field areas around the bases. Fjords, they're working on changing the center field area, specifically like the northeast part of that map. They're changing that a lot. Ooh, awesome. Pretty good match though. Did 3,500 damage, a little over 1,000 assists too. This map's so much better than it used to be the earlier version of Erlingberg. I'm sure some of you guys remember it. There used to be no river crossings, so it was actually a pretty viable tactic to put mouses on the bridge and just block them, and you couldn't get around it when it came to Clan Wars. It was like rush there, because if you didn't get across the bridge early, you're gonna lose. Got an ace tanker though. Also got a tank sniper award. Most amount of damage in the match by pretty good margin. Pretty good match being, you know, a tier 8 in a tier 10 battle. So thank you very much for requesting that one there. That worked out pretty damn well there. But let me get to the next one here, which is the Mutant M6. I just need to wait here. Right, Mutant M6 it is. I see some people want some extra biscuits here. Alright, so tier 10 battle. So a lot of this armor gets thrown to the wayside. I might go to the town. I usually don't like fighting in the town because to me it's less upside. But I'll wait and see how many people head there first, which we got enough people heading to the town. I would say more than enough, so I'll head south, even though gun depression wise, you know, it's not terrible, but you know, it's definitely going to be hard for me to, if they have some of these tier 9s down here, for me to get shots off safely. But let me pop the raffle off here. Winner gets 1,300 Levi biscuits. Or I should, why did I just say winner? Lobobo is going to get 1,300 Levi biscuits. I'm just kidding. He's been lucky so far today, though. You've won the first 2. But hopefully our town, you know, there's 704s pushing in there, so that's actually good for us. Hopefully our town, if they play it aggressive, they should win. Like, not super duper aggressive, but, you know, they're all stopping here, which is... I find it better if you push down to the top of that little building there. Alright, I will do my best to push here without taking damage. Pershing. I was a little afraid he was going to go towards the center. I wasn't going to chase him. slowly but surely gonna push here because it doesn't look like we still might run into like a T95 TD, but it doesn't look like there's anything too terrifying just yet. Trying not to rely on APCR because I can pen these guys. He's giving me a side shot, so I'll take that. Nope, you shall not pass. I don't know if that actually helped or hurt my team there, but I think I kind of annoyed them. I wasn't blocking your shot, dude. I was behind both of them. I honestly prevented them from running away somewhere. I don't think they would have escaped, but his M46, honestly, I'd be pissed at him if I was his teammate. I think this guy's AFK, but I'll take a crack at him before pushing into him. This guy's also AFK. I'll take it. Full speed ahead at 30 kilometers an hour. So this is going to be a nice little end to the stream here. I'd like to go a little bit later, but since I have, starting work tomorrow, I pretty much work almost every single day except for next Wednesday, hopefully, for over, the next week. So I got to get a couple things done here. But the next time I'm streaming is this Sunday coming up at night, 8 to 11. And then I'll be streaming Monday night, same time, and definitely Wednesday morning. Unless, if something changes, it is iffy with how busy I am this upcoming week. I'll let you guys know. My stream schedule is always in the video description here. There's always a little countdown to the next stream. I think I've seen that, Carl. I'm just chucking HE here because I can actually hit. Nope, never mind. He died. His T95 is probably gonna kill me. Replace probably with definitely. The armor on this is good frontally, but at least I got some assist damage. That was my end goal there. Since there's only 4 tanks left, might as well just push. I'll get some assist damage, chuck some HE rounds at him, rather than, I knew I wasn't going to pen him at long range. Even the APCR in this is pretty low pen. Thank you very much, Khalid, for the subscription. But thank you very much for watching, guys. I'm going to stick around till the end of this battle. There's about 30 seconds left to see who the winner is for the raffle. But yeah, it was a pretty fun stream. A little bit frustrating in the beginning with some teams, but I was part of them all, so I was the only common denominator between all of them. But I'm glad we could go out with a win here. As far as Sunday, I probably will still open up like a game of the week vote, because in the off chance I can stream, there's a possibility for Tuesday and or next Saturday. I'll play a different game rather than just tanks all week. Congratulations, WoT, on winning the raffle. I deleted your name out of the list. No. Actually, the only thing, it shows a list of people who enters, but I'm actually surprised it doesn't let you, even if I wanted to pick a winner myself, it doesn't let you do it, which I guess is a good thing. But anyway, got a Mastery Badge 3rd class here, top 4 damage, experience in the same place. All in all, pretty decent day. I'm hoping come next week I should be through the KV3 grind. I'm hoping as well this go to T25, but otherwise thanks again for watching, guys. You know, if I don't catch some of you next week, have a happy Thanksgiving if you celebrate that. Otherwise, have a nice week and weekend. I'll see you guys after what my aunt calls it at the restaurant, Carcass Day. But anyway, have a nice one. See you guys around.